I'm Chaotic Tunes, and if you're an artist or even the slightest amount interested in drawing, you should probably know that color selection is quite an important part of the whole process of creating a new piece, right? Because everything in life is colorful, and if you don't really have that selection, it can kind of handicap you on what you're doing. It obviously it's all up to creative interpretation. So if you want to make the skin tone blue and you think that should be the norm, you can. But at the end of the day, it's still color selection. And one of the things I was struggling with in this whole real life drawing thing is that my color selection kind of sucked. I had a couple Sharpies, and then I had this other pack of big markers, which, let me tell you, do color really well. I do enjoy the way they look, but they didn't have some of the things I was looking for, some more natural colors, and also the colors of the markers, of the big markers, they didn't look proper. They did not match the color that was displayed to be the color. But here's the big thing, alright? If you're like me, aka a broke boy, you don't really have the money to go out and buy good markers. You have to save up for that and you get good quality markers. However, I got a survey from Michaels, and when I completed it, I got a 50% off coupon of any item that I wanted to buy. Now, I could have bought something really expensive and, kind of half off, but I said, I'm gonna get some markers, right? So I started looking for markers. I started asking around, and they tell me, oh, Copic is really good, yada yada yada. I look up, for 6 markers, it's $39. All right, 6 markers, $39. You're like, holy shit. I was like, you know what? If they're really that good of markers, I'm gonna give them a shot, and we'll see how it goes. Lo and behold, I go into Michael's, and I actually get hooked on the Sharpies that you are currently watching me toy around with and quote unquote unbox. And I was a little worried. Because if you remember back to when I did the Vans, it didn't turn out too good with the Sharpies because they were a little too inky, right? But it's actually really good. So there I am in Michael's, and I look at this box. It's a 45 count with 25 markers that are fine tip and 20 that are ultra fine tip. And it's also really cool that they included the ultra fine tip, because sometimes you need to feel like little details, right? That if you use a regular Sharpie, it's gonna be messy, to be, honest. It's gonna be very messy. But with a very fine tip, it's such an easy task to do those little things. I also did get a white marker. It did not come with the Sharpies because Sharpie doesn't have white, I guess. But that's not the point here. The point is, I'm pretty happy with these Sharpies. They are actually working out a lot better than I thought, because a little friend of mine, let's call her Geek, told me, well, I don't like them because they're very rough. And she didn't explain any further. So in my head, I was like, well, when I color with them, it's gonna be really, really patchy. But if you're interested in getting some markers for relatively cheap, I guess, try the big the big markers are pretty good. You get 24, I believe, for $16, which it's pretty good, and you can find them in your local Walmart. For example, though, I got the Sharpies, and like I said, I bought them at Michael's, and they were originally $80, but then again, because I had my beautiful 50% off coupon, I got them for cheap, aka $40. So not super cheap, but about $1 per marker, a little less, but still a pretty good deal in my opinion. And just to kind of try them out, I made this quick little sketch of Jenna's head just to color it in and see how it looked. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut up for now, actually for the rest of the video, and you guys can enjoy the little time lapse I'm about to start right here. Bye.
Shout out to Nitro, shout out to Glacier. I wear the ice you never paid for. I got a bankroll, becoming major. I'll zip you up just like a tailor. I got the world in my hands, where's the glory in that? I need more for the kids thinking matter of fact. I need racks for the people straight up finishing last. I need bars for the kids who care less for a Mac. Shape up, parallelogram. Don't string yourself out on any paragraphs. Ride up, little homie, fill up a notepad. Write words that you know will make an impact. I caught myself in writing dumb tracks, so I started soaring, I relived that. Still pulling up to you, I'm rapping 10 raps. I was taught up with Apollo, I took 10 classes. 100 people, I done been that. People took me down, I felt a relapse. I got potential, gotta see ya. I'm reverential to my leaders. I'm reverential to my leaders.